Hello, good people. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning for those who are watching and content that you are watching. This is the place that I started recording my first video. Ilikuwa video lingine ilikuwa very funny to me, and watching those videos gives me a lot of hope that we are going to be tackling a lot of things as we go forward. Mara yangu ya kwanza kurecord video at this place, I could not capture my face. It was just the first video that I was trying. I talked a lot about so many things, and something that always sticks with me or stuck on my mind was the question that I had asked, and it was um, just a sample of what PLO Lumumba was saying. And I had asked, if you are given a chance to be a Kenyan president or to lead Kenya for some time, given all the powers the president wields, or even just being the president of the country, how much would you do, or how different would you behave, or would you act from how Ruto acts, or how our president have been acting, starting with Kenyatta, coming to Moi, coming to Kibaki, then Uhuru Kenyatta, and now President William Ruto. I had different opinions from the script that Pilo Lumumba was saying. He was saying that if he was the president of our country first, he would summon the opposition so that they can sit down and start conversing. And when I looked at the history of our country, Kenya, I came to realize that all the presidents that have been, everyone who has been a president in Kenya has tried that script. They have been calling the opposition every time election happen. The faction or the side or the party that is defeated becomes number two, or obviously or automatically becomes the opposition party of the country. So this is the opposition that holds the country or holds the ruling party into account. They ask them question, the necessary question that they should be answering. So for the president to stop now being delayed, or for their policies to stop hanging or staying in the parliament, they seek the hand of the opposition. They bring the opposition into the press. They bring the opposition into the mix. Wanaanza kulizana maswali. They start consulting from each other, and this is something that has been going on for a very long time. We have seen this from in Raila's ruling since the Moi era. Tukakuja tukaingia kwa Kibaki ile time ya Mkate, tukaingia time ya Uhuru, time ya BBI, time walikuwa wameungana, sijui ilikuwa inaitwa aje, time walianza kuita Ruto Tanga. Then it came to Ruto when he shook hands with Raila. Raila was the biggest new opposition leader in Kenya for a very long time until his demise. After that, we have seen that Gachagua has risen up and, he's mobilizing Mount Kenya to stand behind him. And this is a tactic that every leader would like to employ or to deploy first, so that if he is defeated in 2027, he will not have hard time talking to the ruling party or to the ruling government, so that they can be included into power, so that they can be included into the decision making. This is a script that has been played for a very long time. So I also ask again, and this I'm going to ask very, very slowly, the way I articulate my things. If you are to become the president of Kenya today, what should you do different from what is being done today? Siniambie utaenda kuchuja corruption, because first, corruption is deep-rooted. It will take a lot of time for you to make any significant difference in what corruption entails. Because first, if you talk about corruption, kuna story na tenders. These tenders, they might be given, we might think that they have been given with a lot of transparency or everything, but when you follow and you look at it closely, you find these tenders have just been given to the people who have been known by the people issuing the tenders. Our MCAs are not paid a lot of money, but you see them driving Teslas. You ask, where do they get all that money from? Is it corruption? Is it what? There are people who do a lot of big businesses. These big businesses, they have a lot of say in each and every government. That's why you see Citizen TV, every time there is a campaign, they pick a side, they campaign with that side, but immediately after the election are over, they pick a side, they go to the government side so that they can continue getting the advertisement tenders. When you look at the companies like NFG, they will pick a side when the campaigns are hot, but they will always pull back into the government when things settle. Things like Equity Bank, KCB, when you look at even the big business, other brands, they just come here, they campaign with the people, but immediately after the election are over, they'll just pull back and now start doing business with the government. Business is business. Doesn't matter which government is ruling. So, what should you do different? How are you going to eliminate corruption from our current systems? How are you going even to restrict the civil servants from conducting themselves as the kings and the rulers of this country? How are you going to tell the police to stop shooting people when the commander is telling now the police to shoot people? How are you going to even to tell the teachers in the public schools to teach better when the ministry or the minister of education cannot even go to some remote areas where education is not taught? How are you going to tell people to teach sciences better when you do not have even labs or even anything else running out? How are you going to say that you are going to stop importing products when our electricity output or even the amount of power that we produce cannot even support data centers? The amount of power that we produce cannot even support lighting. There's some time when the president said that we limit power or we sanction power. Tunakatanga power in some places that do not need intense power in the evenings, so that places which need intense power can get enough power to run. These are the things that we'd like to ask ourselves. How are we going to change this system so that we can get enough power, so that we can power industries? I'm very encouraged most of the time, and I have said this before. When I see people producing products from within Kenya, I have seen a company that is producing shoes, inajiita kuna area men, area boys. Hizo ni viatu za wanaume. Wenye wanauza locally, they are producing locally and they are selling them locally. I'm even happy that when they produce the shoes, they do not sell at retail. They sell at wholesale. Wanakwambia bei hapa ni 650, but now you can sell it as high as you want. So the people are going to take the products from those guys are going to take at 650. Na unajua kiatu kama hiyo, very good type of shoes, easy loafers zenye nanuanga 1500, nanuanga hata sometimes we buy at 2500. So imagine being sold a shoe at 650 in Kenya, and even within Kenya you are going even to sell it at even, let us say, 1000. That is, you are getting 50% profit out of all the shoes that you have bought. That's a great milestone that we are achieving as a country, and I would like to see more and more of that. I would like to see even t-shirts, even clothes and other things being manufactured here. That's a milestone. But my question would also will remain, how different will you act from how our current ruling class is acting? Something that we ask. I came back here mainly just to remind myself where I started, the question that I was asking myself. And again, I'd like us to have a very, very, very candid conversation. Naweza taka kuuliza hii swali kwa wenye wataweza kufika into this minute. I would like to get an answer. Will you ever reach into political maturity whereby today I would be supporting one term, but when one term misbehaves, tomorrow I'll be saying that one term is not doing very good? Or today I would look at two-term the ruling party and say, yes, they have built a road 10 kilometers. I would applaud them for that. But then, before even I turn, I will see a corruption case and I say, okay, even with them building these roads, there is corruption here and there. They should correct that kind of corruption that is happening there so that they can see more, they can become a better ruling party. Will they ever reach that kind of maturity whereby I will castigate the ruling party without people saying that I'm one term, or I will praise the few things that the ruling party is doing without people saying that I'm two term? Because at the end of the day, kura ni siri yako. Na mali utaka kura yako hakuna mtu atajua. And even at the end of the day, when you go and vote and we say that in this region, tumepata kura 100,000 za this side na tumepata 90,000 to the other side, you'll never know who constituted the 100,000 na who constituted the 90,000, because that is like half a half. So hata mimi nikienda niseme nimepiga ile side unataka kusikia, then niende kwa mkutano mwingine na niseme pia nimepiga kwa side nyingine, nani atajua? So taifika kwa hiyo that kind of maturity, that the question that link us and still dominates my mind. Thereby, me as a political commentary, today I'll be castigating Ruto. I'll be saying how Ruto is bad. But maybe in 10 to 20 years to come, I will look back and say, hey, the things that Ruto are doing now are giving fruits. And now since I was castigating him when I was now doing my podcast on, I was commentating politically. Maybe I will not be so flexible, I will not have the power to say that the things that he did were right, just because I was castigating him. But if we could reach certain kind of political maturity, I was castigating him today, and if he changes his behavior, now start listening to people, I would say, yes, maybe he has changed. Let us take, for example, in 2024, we were demonstrating of a finance bill, the finance bill that took lives of many of our youths. Then we castigated Ruto for a lot of things. We pushed him even to the wall, whereby he pulled back the finance bill. But after that, we said that, no, he has done that just because we have pushed him. And we saw a window of us castigating him more. And we continued pushing him to the wall until now he declared war against his own people and started calling us terrorists. What if, when he pulled back the finance bill that we were saying it was bad, we could have just settled back and now started planning again, or now we are going to tell him what he should put in the finance bill. Maybe we could have gotten a better finance bill, because when you listen to what Kimani Ichung'wah and these people in the parliament, and all the people at Totam in the parliament are saying, they also passed the same laws that he refused. So what changed? Just time. Time changed. We healed, or we got over what we thought was ailing our country, or maybe we got tired of being shot and being even named, and we moved on. But the things change. No. But what if we took the win that we got of him pulling the finance bill down, and now we tell him that now that you have pulled the finance bill down, you are going now to be looking to 1, 2, 3. This is what you're going to change, and you're going to change it through this and that and that. So are we really ready to reach that milestone? Or are we going to start following our politicians blindly? Yeah, but Tina Washagwa stands today and says that I want you to refuse ama kukataa mtu yoyote wa tutam. Hata kama tuseme ni place kama Otalau. Let us say there's someone standing with the UDA on a policies is saying what he's going to do to the people. Then you see someone in DCP who comes now and says that now I'm standing with the Gachagua and tunataka to humiliate the people in the UDA. So for you, just because you just don't associate with Ruto, this person has not given you his policies or his manifesto, you don't vote, just go and vote him out of spite. Are we really this mature ama ni mambo na politics? Otherwise, I would like to see in 2027 a group ama a Kenya that its people now stands and votes for a person who is really ready to change things. Again, this goes to life. When things get difficult, you do not change what you are doing. Yama, you do not change the goal that you wanted to achieve. You just change few things that will to take you there. So for us to get a better Kenya, we can try different leaders. We can change them as much as we want towards a better Kenya that we want. And this does not mean that you just take the leader who is popular. No, it means that you choose the leader who is going to lead us to a better country. Otherwise, just coming here to remind myself of where I started. And I remember I told you that I'm going to start training on photography, and I'll be posting photos, how my progress. And if I've not done that, I'm sorry for that. But I've improved a lot. For those who have been following me on TikTok, they have seen that I've been posting somehow not a very good, consistent progress, but you can see that my progress is great. And I'm even advancing better and better every day. Keep following me, keep subscribing, and share with so many other people so that we can reach huge numbers. Those who are on TikTok, continue following me, and I know we are going to go far. I'm also trying to diversify this content. By the way, since we started, I was posting my content on talking points. That is one of my YouTube sections, and I have a podcast that is a GT Trend Extended podcast that we do with Joe. And I hope that we are still looking for more options, more topics to talk on. So if you have some things that you want us to talk about, please let us discuss and we can communicate and see how we are going to voice our issues across the country and across the nation. Otherwise, let me show you where I am. This is the place that I started posting in Ruiru River, where we take our content. It's a very ambient summer place in Kofiti sana, kuchukua content. Hapna bambika. Endelee kuongea na things are going to be good. Otherwise, have a nice time. Bye bye.